What does he want?
I'm sure he'll tell you soon enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that guy cut me off. I forgot he actually, I forgot that he actually stops you when you walk in here after you've done the old mine thing. And so yeah, I forgot that he did that. So, and I didn't feel like walking all the way back here again just to get that little bit of dialogue. So I just kind of started up the recording in the middle of it. I apologize for that. But apparently Thoris wants to see us. I certainly hope it's nothing bad. Oh no. He seems like an angry fellow. Maybe we should, hide. I don't think this is working. I have no idea what that barrel is there for. I just suddenly remembered it. So yeah, Thoris isn't doing anything bad. Now, before we really begin today, I wanted to address a few comments that I had received over the course of the last couple videos, and that I kind of, once again, and I really hate when this happens, but I've kind of forgotten most of your names who make these comments. I really ought to start writing them down. But someone had mentioned that sometimes...
Hey, you!
Yes?
Now what?
The time's come for you to prove you're a true friend. Just 10 ore and you're in. What do you say?
This guy is persistent, even after I kicked his ass. So someone said that he didn't seem really sure how to actually make sure that this happens, but sometimes if you pay Bloodwind the protection money, something later in the game happens a little bit differently and makes things a bit easier. So I'm going to see if we can actually get it to happen, because I normally don't pay Bloodwind.
I've changed my mind. I'm going to pay you the 10 ore after all.
There now. You see, you can make the right choices. And from now on, you'll keep paying me your daily contribution, won't you?
Daily?
See ya.
Don't you worry about anything here in the camp. We'll be looking out for you.
So now he's a bit more sociable, but if he really expects me to pay him daily, then he can screw himself. So that's one of the things that was addressed. Another thing, my friend Oleg Freeman asked where part 9 was, video number 9. Truth is, it's been up all along. It was disguised as video number 10. I just got the numbers on all the videos wrong, and that was a sheer accident. I'm not really sure how I managed to skip number 9 as I was numbering the videos, but they're all there. I've gone and edited all of the videos so that they should be appropriate. Hopefully, unfortunately, the little title cards, oh my god, in the fancy intro I have, those are all screwed up too, and there's no way for me to fix those. Oh dear. That's what happens when you try to get so extravagant as I am. Another big thing that I just wanted to just let some of you guys know, I've been getting a lot of comments lately that I have not been able to directly reply to. Oleg Freeman, you are one of those. And another fellow... Shit, I've forgotten his name. Oh, I'm sorry. But basically, if you want me to reply directly to your comments, you have to make sure that you have direct replies enabled in your Google Plus settings. It's pretty clear that all the issues with the Google Plus integration with YouTube are still present, simply because YouTube and Google seem to think that everything they shit out is gold. So they're not willing to fix anything. And so you kind of have to manually deal with all the jargon yourself. So just make sure that your settings are applied so that I can actually respond to you directly. It would just make it a bit easier, and it would help me make sure that you guys can actually see what my responses are, because I sometimes can manually try and respond to you in the comments by adding your name to the comment, but it doesn't always work right. Anyway, Thoris wanted to have a word with us, so let's speak with the fellow.
For Gomez!
For that guy.
You have something to tell me?
Yes. What you did in the mine not only shows some courage, but it also proves your strength and your fighting skills. I'm ready to accept you into the ranks of the guards. I'm giving you a chance. What do you say?
Ooh, that's a tall order. We are going to leave that be for now. As I've said before, it is critical that you do not join either the guards or the fire magicians too soon. Because once you do, you can join either of them before before finishing Raven's task for you. And if you join either of those, you don't answer to Raven anymore, so he will no longer reward you for finishing the mission. And that's very important. Okay, and a couple people helped me figure out what was actually going on with Scar. He is the one whose sword people kept telling me is amazing. And I couldn't beat him up before, so I couldn't really say that for sure. But everyone says that no one comes to his aid when you fight him. And on top of that, he doesn't loot you when you're down, so even if you lose to him, you can keep getting back up and trying again. So let's just see if we can actually pull it off this time.
Nice fight! Try that again and you're dead.
Are you kidding me? He has potions. Oh boy. If he has an unlimited number of those, this is going to take a while. Hey, it works.
A tiny gust of wind and he would have toppled over anyway.
Well, cheers to you guys. You're actually right all along. So let's see how good this apparently amazing sword is. Ooh. Well, it is really good, but you guys kind of exaggerated the idea that it's a good beginner's sword, because I still need 10 more strength to use it. That's a bit outrageous. Well, they found Bullet. So, I could... Actually, for this next part, it actually might be in my best interests to invest in a bit more strength. This more than doubles... It's more than double the damage. And it's going to really help in some of the parts I'm going to have to deal with in a little bit. So, while I was intending to use the rest of my skill points from now on to invest in magic, I'm just gonna... Damn it, come on. I'm going to commit these 10 more to making use of this here weapon. Should help quite a bit. The next couple parts we have to deal with are pretty tough, pretty mob heavy, essentially. A lot of enemies, and it would behoove us to take them down as quickly as possible, because we are certainly not going to be able to withstand an onslaught from these nasty beasties for terribly long. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we have to get back to the swamp camp and deliver all this jargon to Cor Kalom and see what he can make of it. Alright, folks, so this is very important. Like I said, you might not be able to actually sell these mandibles to Cor Kalom once you give him the eggs, so be sure you do that first.
I have Crawler's mandibles for you.
Very good. Take some of my best potions as reward.
Now, the problem with him And the way he accepts these is his rewards come in different tiers depending on how many mandibles you provide to him at once. And so the way, since I handed him the whole stack altogether, he gave us these 3 high strength mana potions all at once. And had I broken up the stack a little bit somehow, I might have been able to actually get some more valuable rewards simply by splitting them up. I just don't have the patience to actually figure that out. So, with that done, we'll give him the eggs.
I found eggs belonging to a crawler queen.
I knew it. My vision was a sign. The queen's eggs must contain the strong secretion. Excellent. With it, I can create a potion to contact the sleeper.
What about my reward?
Oh, right. Thank you.
I mean a tangible reward.
Okay. What do you want?
Mana or healing potion, weapon or rune. Did I save before this shit? I don't remember. I don't think the weapon he gives you is all that useful. Healing potion is whatever. Mana is very important. The rune I am interested in. But just in case, I don't feel like reloading, but just in case, let's see how much mana he gives us.
Mana.
May this potion strengthen the magic within you.
Alright.
May...
Let's just see. Did I save? I did. Alright, so let's see what the rest of the rewards are, just for clarity's sake.
What do...
So, or...
Take the...
He only gives us 100. Not really worth it. And... the healing potion.
A healing potion.
May this potion...
Let's see if I can figure out what the strength of that one was. Oh, wow. It's not a healing potion, it's a life potion. So, 5 hit points. Which at this point is not bad, but the mana is more valuable to me in the end. And now we see what weapon he's going to give us. Like I said, I don't think it's a very good one.
What?
I mean...
Okay.
A weapon.
May this weapon...
May it smite my foes. It is just a stone crusher. Alright, so the weapon is not even worth it for the ore. If you want ore, don't even ask him for the ore. Like, seriously, the potions he gives you, even if you don't want to use them, will sell for more than the ore he gives you. So, might as well take that. And now let's see what this rune is.
A rune.
May this rune shine...
Oh great, sounds like a light spell. Yes, it is. Alright, so altogether, the mana potion is definitely the best option for me.
Can we start invoking the sleeper now?
No. I haven't found a method to charge the focus yet. We are missing the ancient knowledge about these artifacts.
Do you mean to say I collected the eggs for nothing?
No, listen to me. There is an almanac which contains what we need to know. We bought the book off the fire mage Caristo from the old camp. However, it was stolen when they tried to bring it here from the old camp. I had charged Talus, a novice, with collecting the book for me, but he was robbed. He let me down, but I've given him another chance. He must get the stolen almanac back. Talk to him. He'll need any help he can get.
This just keeps getting more fucked up by the minute.
Where can I find Talus?
He's in the forecourt at the Temple Hill.
Oops, I did it again.
Who stole the almanac?
Talus told me he was mugged by black goblins. It sounds strange, but not impossible.
What will I get for it?
Have I not already proven my generosity to you? You will receive a just reward.
You're not exactly proving it, considering I've had to weasel it out of you every single time. Alright, so once again, nothing can ever be simple. This chapter would be a little too short if they didn't have this kind of little sidetrack to fluff up the experience. So this is Talus. He's here in the courtyard smoking. You can see how you let him down, you lazy bastard.
You're Talus, the one who was mugged?
Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
I can help you to bring the almanac back.
Really? I was mugged by goblins, and now I'm supposed to go there and get the book back. I have a suggestion to make. I'll show you the way to the almanac so you can get it back.
What?
Give me 50 ore and I'm in.
What? That's robbery. All right, then. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm doing you a favor, man. You owe me in turn.
I'm ready. We can leave now.
Okay. Follow me.
Now, this might be another one of those cases where he might actually give you something different if you don't ask for the ore up front. So, if anyone knows, in fact, if he gives you a better item, the same way that like you can get better stuff from Aleph or from Dexter if you choose the dialogue options differently. I'm just wondering if maybe like he'll give you something even more special afterwards if you don't ask for any ore up front. Could be, but I've never done it that way simply because I'm very short-sighted and I always choose the immediate instant gratification, as it were. So he's going to lead us to where he was mugged by black goblins. With the shape we are in now, with this weapon we have, they shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Those damn little beasts live in a cave behind this bridge. Be careful.
You're not coming with me?
I'll wait here and, cover our retreat.
Sure. Alright, so he's just gonna wait here at the end of the bridge. He's not gonna do anything. I think if... Let's see what happens, actually, if we lead some goblins his way. If he dies, it's not really gonna be in our best interest, but let's give it a try. So here are a whole bunch of black goblins. Kind of standing in formation at the end of the bridge here. So we can get just a few at a time. They're probably all gonna aggro. Oh, nope, just two of them. That works for me. So let's see what he does. Oh, he runs. As I expected. So yeah, with this sword we can take them all down in one hit, which is a huge advantage. Cause let's just see how much damage they do to us. Let's let one of them hit me. Eventually. So yeah, if we get swarmed by them, which is gonna happen once we get into the cave, and you see when they do that, when they're airborne, for some reason they can keep swinging, and it's just like absolutely mad. Because if they get stuck in a glitch where they don't actually touch the ground, they can hit you like 3 times a second. So your health can go down stupidly quick. And in these caves here, there are quite a lot of these little buggers. What we're looking for is actually to the right inside the cave. That is not the way I'm going to go, because that's where the bulk of the goblins are. We're going to hang a left to try and exterminate some of the outlying goblins first, so that they don't surprise us when we're fighting the rest of the horde. If you're quick, their AI will actually not really respond to you too quickly. So you can get a few of them down before the rest of them are even aware of you. Remember, do the forward attacks, because those track a lot better than the left and right ones. And that's very important because these guys really like to strafe you. Now about do it. Handled that pretty well, if I may say so myself. And I do say so myself. And in here, there's some fair loot. Nothing really game-changing, but worth the fair penny. Some healing potions in the other caves we must not forget about. Neither of these chests here are actually locked. Obviously, the one with the focus stone would not, or with the almanac would not be, simply because it's a quest item, so they can't hide it from you in a way that there are any circumstances in which you would not actually be able to acquire it. So that one's not locked. The other one's not locked either, even though it does actually have a lock on the chest itself. But no matter. It's not even really worth picking these up, to be honest. You'll get about 6 ore a piece from them. But I guess the whole stack is worth enough that we might as well. Remember to check all the little caves, just to be sure that you haven't missed anything. And potion, alright. So let's take a look at this book really quick. Almanac contains some magic formulas which all refer to the use of the so-called focus stones. And you get 50 experience for reading it, so might as well do it. The power inherent in the stone increases continually and is unleashed by the words of the magician. Be it lasting or in a single blow, this is within his judgment alone. Once unleashed, the focus becomes devoid of power, remaining but an empty shell. The words that must be spoken to unleash the power of a focus are accessible to many artists of arcane power. Even the knowledge of endowing a new artifact with magic powers has become more of a magical custom than the secret of the knowing. But only a chosen few have the knowledge needed to recharge a used focus stone. This formula of days long past serves as a sign of the high gift. Now, O knowing one, open your mind to the words of the ancient power. So that's more of an introduction. It doesn't really get into the technical or arcane details of actually charging the focus stone. But we'll leave that to Cor Kalom because that's not our job. So that's the almanac that I imagine the high mages studied when they were creating the barrier. And Christo held on to it, but apparently he's given up any hope of using their knowledge to actually take down the barrier because he has willy-nilly just sold the thing to Cor Kalom. Now Talus has made his way back, thankfully.
Well done. Let's go back to the camp.
1 second, please. Alright, so he's just going to lead us back to the camp now. It would be quicker if we didn't have to follow him. But no matter.
We're back. You better take the almanac to Cor Kalom right away.
Just watch out you don't stress yourself out.
Don't worry, I sure won't. There's no need to worry about me.
I wasn't going to in the first place. Well, now I'm glad that there's no pressure for me to do so. Alright, so let's get this here book back to Cor Kalom. Whoops, that's the wrong button.
You won, okay?
Everyone's terrified of me. That's what I always liked about this game. In Gothic 2, every NPC is very cavalier about fighting. So that even a enemy that is clearly way out of their league, any random peasant will come along and try to kill it. In this game, the AI is much more, I'd say, dynamic in interpreting the threat level of an enemy, so they'll do anything from, I mean, really, it's either fight or flight. They'll either run away, which is what the low-level ones will do, or they can assess the threat level, probably some value based on the level and things, and stats such as strength and stuff of the enemy, and that's how their AI will determine whether or not they should fight it. Alright, so let's give him this book.
I found the book.
Good work. You have all we need. I'll complete the preparations now.
Where will the invocation take place?
Wait till nighttime. Then come to the temple courtyard. We will gather there to invoke the Almighty Sleeper.
Ooh, I can't wait. Should be cool. So naturally, if you're not part of the Brotherhood, the sort of implied expectation is that you are sort of like a skeptical observer. You're not really taking part in this invocation because you believe that they will actually be able to contact this so-called deity of theirs. You're doing it because you're getting rewarded for it, and also because you're charged by your respective camp leader to find out what exactly these guys are up to. So of course there's always a hint of distrust between them. None of them really want the other camps to gain so much power that it could undermine their own. Now, the way this works, there's that one NPC, that one novice there, who's kind of facing our way. We have to approach him for some reason in order to trigger the next cutscene. I'm not really sure why that is. It's probably just that they could not, like Chronobytes could not actually program the cutscene to trigger when you've just reached a certain like trigger point. They had to have the script engage on an NPC talking to you. So it's a bit strange, but so be it. You know, before we even really continue, I kind of wanted to know if any of you guys are aware of what these kind of runic symbols here might mean. A lot of times in all sorts of fantasy, these runes, they sort of just make them up. But there have been cases where I've seen real ancient runic alphabets just sort of repurposed as an in-game language. Gothic 2, the language of the Jarkandarians, actually, was just copied and pasted from old, like, Germanic and Norse runes. And kind of a spoiler, but there's supposed to be a connection between the people of Jarkandar and these actual ruins here, which is something I wish they kind of had elaborated more on, and is something that I would kind of, like, if there ever was a remake, that connection is something I would kind of retcon to have a sort of correlation between the Sleeper's existence, which somehow seems tied to the ruins here, and the, well, you know what, now that I think about it, maybe there is no actual correlation between why the Sleeper's camp is located here and, you know, the fact that this is the Jarkandarian ruins. It could simply be that they chose to camp here because it's just a good focal point to have spread out from in order to cultivate their crop from the swamp here. But anyway, I'm not going to get too sidetracked in that train of thought. Let us just go ahead and see what this invocation has in store.
The long time of waiting is now over. Through his immeasurable powers, the Sleeper has led us to this place so we can witness his awakening. The artifact he showed us in a vision will focus our spiritual powers. Unite your thoughts so the Sleeper will hear our prayers, for his is the path that leads to freedom, and we are his chosen people. May the Sleeper awaken!
What has happened? What have you seen?
He wanted to show us the way to freedom.
Yes, what about it?
Was it the path to freedom?
Silence! It is obvious.
The path to freedom leads through the orcs. The Sleeper has shown us a place. We must find it. Not far from here, there is an entry to an orc cave. We'll start searching there. The Sleeper will be with us.
What does that mean? Shall we fight these monsters?
I'll go with the Templars. You novices shall pray for us.
My god. So there's a few discrepancies in that cutscene, which are kind of amusing. First off, you saw apparently a boulder fell from above and destroyed that brazier there, but now it's fixed again. We saw people dragging off Iberian back to his chambers, but he's still sleeping here. And then next is just the dialogue from Cor Kalom, who we actually haven't met, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for having forgotten about him.
What happens now?
The vision was very vague. It brought us more riddles than answers. But one thing was perfectly clear. I saw an orc in a cave. There is an old abandoned orcish place of worship nearby. The orcs used to bury their dead there. That's why we call this system of caves the Orc Cemetery. The Guru Baal Lakor has gone there with some Templars. Maybe we'll find something there to help us understand the vision. I need somebody to have a look around that place and to report to me about the situation.
Why don't you go yourself? You are the leader of the Templars.
My task is to protect the Enlightened One. I must stay here with Iberian and guard him. You have done good service for the camp. I trust you more than anybody else here. I'm asking you to go to the Orc Cemetery and report to me what the Templars have found.
Now, again, one of the discrepancies in that cutscene was Cor Kalom he said that he would lead the Templars to the cemetery himself, and now he's made it clear that he's not going anywhere. And the other thing is that the Invocation just happened. We were there to witness it, but now he is saying that there are already Templars in the Orc Cemetery, as if that they were sent hours ahead of us. So I'm not really sure what's implied that we have been doing the whole time that this has happened since the Invocation happened. It's a bit strange, and just a whole sense of time in this game gets a little screwy here and there whenever it's convenient for him.
I'll get on my way right now.
Before you go, take this ring. May it protect you in battle.
Where is the Orc Cemetery?
Not far from here. The novice Talus knows the way. You'll find him in the temple courtyard. He'll guide you there.
And he won't fight with us, because if he's not even willing to fight some black goblins, he's sure as hell not going to fight orcs with us. Oh, now I already forgot to use this. Do you have anything special to say?
What about my payment?
What do you want?
You know, I always forget this from him. I wonder what these are.
Mana potions.
May these potions give you strength.
Well, whatever. Scroll's probably not going to be worth anything. He gave us some decent strength mana potions. Protection against arrows? What? Come on, Cor Kalom, you know orcs don't use bows. That's not going to help us at all down there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed the video. Got a little screwy here and there. But, next episode, we shall go check out this orc cemetery, but before we even do that... Actually, let's just take care of this now, because I'm probably going to forget. I'm going to take a little shortcut if you don't mind. Ha ha ha. So, that little command there that I did, if you rewind it and check it again, I'm going to go through the Marvin mode commands in more depth later on. But for now, if you type go to POS, and it auto-finishes it itself, but if you type that, it's going to take you to the, it's supposed to take you to sort of like a central area for each of the areas in the game, and in the overworld map, it leads you straight to the old camp, into the middle of the castle, so That's what that does, and that's a very convenient way to get back to the castle if you're lazy like I am. And so that's how I do. Oh, shut your mouth. So let's get awake again. And go ahead and report to Raven. For some reason, we couldn't report to him that the invocation was even happening. But now we can report now that it is over and done with.
Hello?
I just thought I'd report in.
Good. I like being kept up to date.
The Great Invocation has taken place.
You have done well.
And that's as far as that goes. He doesn't really care on the details. Invocation has taken place? Cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next episode, first thing I'm going to do is join a new faction. And that will be the Fire Mages, so we can finally start investing in magic. And from there, we are going to take on the Orc Cemetery. And it should be fun. See you all then.